Hey, what's up? Here we are, another episode of Best Synth Weekly. I am your friendly neighborhood redneck here. Bear with me today. I am dealing with some major bronchitis as I'm doing this, so my voice is going to sound kind of like Scooby-Doo on a weekend crack bender. So just bear with me. Got a lot of great music this week and a lot of great artists. Got a couple of I played before. I got some new ones also mixed in there, so we're going to have some great time. Starting out today, we have our good friends, HeartBeatHero. The song they sent me today is called Space Nightmare. As I've described before, they're a synthwave group out of the Netherlands. They call this track, the name of the track is called Space Nightmare, but they call it a synthwave outrun space track. I kind of took that with me and I went a whole little bit further with it. Excuse me, like I said, it's dealing with it. This is kind of like a takeoff to space. That's what I'm going to start out with today. So it's like, here we are. Let's just, we're blasting off on the show. So let's blast off into space. This is where, like, first thing off, we're like with the main group, and the main and the group are heading out to space for the first time. They're taking on a mystery that they have to solve. Like something out in space is there. I'm not going to say meteorite or asteroid, but there's something out there that they got to go take a look at. We see them all getting set up, and they start to get ready and take off to space. Then they hit the anomaly or whatever they're searching for, and we see the lights and the space of them traveling through it and to gather information. They're kind of like, this is like their first meeting with the the whole lights and sounds of the anomaly, and they're having to gather all the information from the outside. This is like the first meeting of it. Also, kind of gives me the team and a scientist kind of deal. Like a whole team and scientists created a whole new machine. Allows you to travel dimensions. And as we see the team, they first travel through the void. As we've seen a lot of them, they jump through like a Stargate or whatever. And we see the vast void of the dimension along with all the sights and sounds. The different worlds showing up as they travel to this, travel through the void to the destination. And it kind of, as they transverse the whole new universe, it just gives us that whole sight and sound kind of feel. That kind of just gives me that whole feeling for it. But like I said, let me know what you think in the comments, and hope you like it. And so here it is. Check it out. It's HeartBeatHero, and it's Space Nightmares.
Tranquility Base. This is Houston radio. Check over. Plant Houston. Roger. Reading you loud and clear. Just wanted to make sure we still had comm. Roger. We just ready to participant.
like I said, I kind of like the take off the space kind of deal better. But let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, follow them, follow the social media, and show them some love. Next up, we have Eli Raybon. I always screw up his name. I can read it, I just can't pronounce it. Eli Raybon, and the song today is called "The Moon Is Made of Cheese." As I've stated before, he is a synth pop, synth wave, dark wave. He's a wave, out of Virginia, and he describes this as a silly, sarcastic synth wave song. I kind of went with it, but at the same time, I kind of went with that comedy romance kind of deal. And what I mean by that is, it's like the main and the lover. They're, the main and the love interest. They're getting together. They're working in a lab, and it's kind of like it's going to become this main storyline. But at this thing, we haven't quite got there yet. The main character and his love interest, they've kind of sort of meeting, and they're working in a lab together. And at that point, they find a eureka moment as they the eureka moment for whatever they were working on in the lab, and they start to celebrate and realizing they have a connection to each other. And we see them as the story unfolds of them getting together, before the project goes completely south, like most movies do. Like you have that, like with most movies, like you always got to have something go bad. So this is that, getting together and having a good time, getting to know each other before everything just goes to pot that they have to, fix and go on with the story. Next also gives me the main has discovered, the main and his team, they've discovered a new formula or item that, and they start working on it in a lab to find a solution which will help the world and whatever the storyline is going on. But when you see them as they're working on it, they're having a great time, and we see the montage. Each one's working on their little different solutions for the complete goal to fix this item up, and it just makes it, they're kind of having a good time, but you see they're trying to get it done, and it just gives me that, both give me that feel. It could be the same movie, but I kind of like the first one, but this works too. So definitely check it out. Again, check it out, and make sure you follow them. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is Eli Raybon, and the song is called "The Moon Is Made of Cheese."
I never have been good with words. I'd rather talk in numbers. You convey confusion, and you've made the masses wonder. And you can say I'm out of whack, but unlike you, I've learned my math, and all your calculations crack. They're just a heap of gibberish. Oh no, can't be right. Trash your hypotheses.
like I said, I kind of like the love and main interest deal, you know, the Eureka moment. So let me know what you think. I like all his stuff. All of his music's really awesome and just really, you know, gives that good feel. So definitely check it out. Check out the rest of their stuff. And, you know, like as I always say, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. And as always, you know, subscribe to their channels and everything that they do. Because, you know, you show them love. Next up, we have Debby Grupp. I've played her before, and really good girl. Really good group. And they're out of Toronto. And basically, they're electronic and, you know, a little synthwave. She does a little everything. So, the song she sent me today is called Mechanistic Move. I'm not gonna pronounce it right, especially with my illness. And this kind of gives me a good vibe of, you know, it's like one of those movies where the main and the evil is meeting, and the evil's beating the guy at first, and we see the main is just beaten down, and we're watching the evil unleash the force that they were fighting against. As the song plays, the main is lamenting on how to stop them. You know, then unleashes on what to do and unleashes the fury as the drums and bass return from the song. You know, you got the bass, and then you got the main synth part. That's where the evil is going in, and then when they got the drum and bass return, that's when the when the main starts, you know, starting to fight back. And as it's doing that, we got the unleashing the power back to the evil before the final confrontation. Also, kind of gives me on that same note, like a main is transforming just from a lowly hero to something else. I've done that before, but this one really works for that. We see the power growing as they open a portal in the skies, which is where the drums come in. The Horde is trying to surround them and are getting sucked into the light. You know, we've kind of seen, you know, the heroes, they're all surrounded, the hero and the team, and then the hero suddenly starts becoming something else and just unleashes power as the main drums come in, and you see that light opening up in the sky, and the Horde that was surrounding them just gets sucked into it. And while that's happening, the team is just in awe that you know, the lowly character suddenly becomes super powerful, and they didn't know they had this power, and they're just sitting there in awe. Both kind of work for me, but it's just it just gives me the transvert of, you know, the evil started when, and then, you know, when the drums hit, the main character, main hero, you know, is hitting in there, so it hits back. So like I said, let me know what you think. I really like the song. Let me know what you think. As always, follow them on their social media. So here it is. Check it out. It's Debby Grupp, and the song is called Mechanistic Move. like I said, I love the music, and it gives me a lot of cinematic ways to go with it. If you're new to this channel and you like this so far, please like and subscribe. It helps me grow this channel. And if you know anybody who likes this synth music and music like this, just point them my way, point them to the other artists on this and my other channels, because we could all use your help on it. Next up, we have a little something different. I have Victor Ward, and the song they sent me today is called Deep, Deep, Deep. They're a house techno-electronica group out of Manchester, UK. And the reason I say it's a little different is just because this is just pure house, kind of house techno feel, not the normal synth wave and stuff. But it's a really good song. Kind of gives me a good futuristic world feel. So that's what I went with. I kind of went with like a montage of, like, you know, you got a future world where computers are built into people, and the main and others are hackers. And they get this, you see this whole setup where they're shown hacking into, you know, cyberspheres to find files and setups to corporations to take the bad guys down. You know, like that evil corporation or evil AI kind of deal. It's all built in the cyberverse. We see them running around all through the cybersphere, setting the viruses up, and they're one group setting viruses up and, you know, keeping the bad guys away, while another group is setting up, you know, looking for files to take the corporation down, or, you know, the AI. And it kind of gives me that main feel, you know, that whole time as they're doing that, you know, we see this montage of them going through each file, and a lot of lights and, you know, visuals on it, while the song is going, you know, the main drums and the main things going on. Also kind of gives me, on a different note, kind of gives me a skater movie. And what I mean by that is like those, you know, like those little 80s, 90s skaters movies where the teens find out about a corporation and they find out that they're evil, and they go out and they, you know, take it upon themselves to take them out and, you know, get the stuff, you know, get stuff to take them out. So this is one of those, you know, it's like the team is infiltrating a corrupt company, basically. We see them skating through the warehouses or the, you know, the actual corporation, you know, and they're using their skateboards to infiltrate, and they're hiding from the guards and, you know, they do whatever they have to do to get the information. Montage, and we see them going through the company and, you know, to get the information to take it out. Kind of gives me that feel too. Both of them work for me because it kind of gives me that just infiltration feel. I don't know. It just kind of gives me that on that side. So check it out. Here it is. It's a really good song. It's Victor Ward, and the song is called Deep, Deep, Deep. Like I said, it's a little different. It just gives me that, you know, it was just something different. I thought I'd throw it on there, and it's a really cool song. And when you put visuals with it, it just works out. So definitely check it out. Check out the rest of the stuff, because the rest of it's really good too. So give them all a listen. Next up, we have, I always screw this name up, and it's just because I cannot pronounce it properly. It's Shuriken Sun. My Southern comes out, and being sick and Southern, so it comes out Shuriken. Anyways, Shuriken Sun, and the song they sent me today is Angel of Odd. As I've said before, they're a synthwave group out of Finland, and this one is from their album NETRVNNER. It was released on August 30th, or yeah, it will be. It already has been released. And this one gives me a whole lot of feelings on it. I like the robotic feel. And I'd like to start out with that, just because it kind of gives me that robot AI feel. It's a robot entity, you know, it's being repaired by the main group, and which is successful. As the main part of the song starts, though, you know, we see the entity, robot, whatever, awakening, and it starts to go through the motions and understand that's the only one. It kind of figures out through the awakening and the main group telling them that it's here to save the world, and it could be the only one could help and save the world. We see the robot learning again, and who's you know, who it is, and it's teaching the team of the powers it contains, while the robot's being taught how what he's supposed to be doing. He's teaching them what capabilities it has, and you know, it just kind of what kind of powers, and they're trying to, you know, work out together on how to save the world and make a plan, and, you know, kind of figuring out what it is. Also, on the same note, it kind of gives me a anime feel, and I kind of like Fist of North Star feel. And what I mean by that is, like, kind of like the hero is showing emerging from a distance. You know, they thought it was dead, thought it was gone. Instead, it's been, in this case, because I like the Nanoverse, the Nova Burner, and the whole setup that they use. They were upgraded with nanotech, and as they walk in the town, the people have stopped, and they're in awe of the hero's change. And, you know, I always put the lover in there, because there's always that friend lover that's always going to be the first one to meet him. So I put that in the welcome home, and as the guitar part, we see the bad guys who were taking over the town, you know, terrorizing the town while the hero was gone. We see the hero just destroy them all, you know, just quickly, efficiently, and, you know, and the rest of the group that are bad guys, they run off into the distance, you know, that kind of whole anime feel. Both of them work. I kind of like the robot entity just because I like robots. But definitely both work, and all their music works for so many different levels, so definitely check this out and check out the rest of their music. So today I've got this really good one, so check this one out. It's Shuriken Sun, as I said, I can't pronounce it, and the song is called Angel of the Odd.
If you're frightened of dying, and you're holding on, you'll see devils tearing your life away. But if you've made your peace, then the devils are really angels, freeing you from the earth.
So tell me what you think in the comments, or what you think about that song. What kind of visuals do you feel on those? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, follow them on their social media. Follow them. Make sure you buy their stuff, because they always need your love. Next up today, we have NETRVNNER, and as I've said before, they're a synthwave, retrowave group out of Calgary, Alberta. And the song they sent me today is called Testarossa. It's out of the car. They said they named this after, inspired by the iconic car featured in Sega's arcade classic Outrun. So I kind of went with that. It kind of gives me that feel of, and as I went with the the driving feel, I went with the main and the lover, set out to the mountains before the climax. They've gotten some time away and they're spending their much needed time together. While they're traveling to the mountains in their Testarossa. And in the background, though, as the song progresses, we get the background as the bad guys are following them in the distance, but they're unaware. But the main is unaware that they are. So as they travel, they're getting their much needed rest. But in the foreground or background, you can actually see the bad guys are following them and watching them. About to strike before the climax. So kind of gives us that little intertwined, driving vacation feel, but bad guys are laying in wait. Also kind of gives me on that the main has left the team for a side journey. They have to find themselves, but they also have to get away from the pain that was caused due to a loss, whatever reason. They have to find themselves and deal with the pain and leave the team behind, to save them, to find something else. And as the song progresses, we see the memories of the main as he's driving down the highway, and the main is trying to search for answers, and we see all these memories and stuff, and it's just that whole montage where we see them driving down the road, where you see the roads just basically the side of the car and the road driving. But it kind of gives me that feel too. Both work. It could work in the same movie. The main lover getting vacation, then the lover gets taken away, and the main's got to find answers. So we see that whole searching. So works on me. I used the driving thing. I thought it was really good. So definitely check it out. It's NETRVNNNER, and the song is called Testarossa. like I said, Testarossa just gives me that whole. I like the whole outrun, driving feel. So that I just went with that. So let me know what you think. Let me know if it comes up with something else other than just the a driving feel. Let me know what you think in the comments of what your visuals are. J Plus Content is always good at doing that on my Twitter. So let me know what you think. So sorry, and as always, follow them. Last up today, I have a group out of Cardiff, Wales, and I hope I pronounced this right. I hope they meant it to say like this. 2710. I hope I said that right. If I don't, please correct me. The song they sent me today is called Rattled. It is a synth pop instrumental, and it just gives me a lot of energy to work with. So that's a great ending for this week, even though I have no energy. Anyway, they described this as this is the type of song that's so packed with energy, it's going to make your skeleton want to jump out of your skin. Also, it's 100% synth. This kind of gives me that the team is just taking out, beating the bad guy feel, and they've returned to the rest of the group, in which they're all celebrating the end of the tyranny. The whole town's involved. Kind of like that whole, the whole town's beating the bad guys. The corporation's been destroyed, arrested, whatever. And the whole town's together and they're all dancing out in the streets, all having a great time. And we see each cast member as it's an outro, having their little dance session or, having their great, their fun, reminiscing, retouching it with everybody, telling what happened. And towards the end, we finally see the main character and the lover finally getting the quality time they're together, and as that whole face-to-face in, but then the team rushes them and they all have a great laugh and they're all having a great time, and then the outro fade starts. Kind of gives me that feel. Next, it also kind of gives me on the main is the ugly duckling, and I don't mean like as in well, yeah, I do. I kind of way. I don't want to mean it bad ways, but most films you got the ugly duckling turning into a swan kind of feel. The lower, person who becomes more confident, more. I can use that in so many ways. The ugly duckling just because everybody can pop that in your head real quick. Anyway, the main is like the secondary ugly duckling kind of feel. They're quiet, they're that whole feel, they make sure that they're the blandest of the bland as the movie shows them. But they have a connection with a good friend who's, kind of popular. And as the main shows up, towards the movie, we see them come out as a different person because of something that happened, whatever. And we see them as a different person, more confident, more let themselves be full of what they want to be and who they should be, that they want to feel inside. They become more confident and let it show. And as they show their full self, in which the friend knew was there, but wasn't awestruck when they finally come out. And as this progresses, throwing the main and the friend has connect even more, and we see them dancing together. Coming together as the story climax is about to begin. They've become that whole ugly duckling, the bland, just shy, everything they could be. This is movie style, so don't hate mail me. They're kind of like that bland, but then they start growing out of it and they start becoming confident. And whatever happens, like I like using fantasy movies. They're able to become, they get magical and they become more confident in themselves and they become more confident in everything they do. And the friend who was with them, who knew it was there, and they love them, but they just knew something was better, something more was for them, and they finally come out, and it kind of shocks everybody, and here they are, they finally get together, and it's just, they're finally out there. So it kind of gives me that feel. I don't know why, I'm weird like that, but it's just really good song. It just gives me a good upbeat, down, up, it kind of gives me that feel. So check it out. It's a good one to end with today. It's 2710, and the song is called Rattled. that's it for this week. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you're new, like I said earlier in the show, if you're new here and you enjoy this, please like and subscribe. Helps this channel grow. And if you like this show, please help me out. Just let everybody know about this show and this channel. Also, let everybody if you love the music, follow them on their social media. Tell everybody about them. Let other people know about this great music out there and these great artists. So I hope everybody has a great week. Hopefully I won't have bronchitis by the next episode, so I don't sound like I'm in a tunnel. And I'll see everybody next week. Everybody has a great one. Have a good one. Bye.